Hello and welcome to Talking Sports on Hillcrest TV. I'm your host, Michael Judge. We begin with the latest in football, where Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain have taken commanding leads in the Champions League quarterfinal first legs. At the Camp Nou, Barcelona produced a dominant performance to defeat Borussia Dortmund 4-0. The Catalan Giants opened the scoring in the 25th minute through Rafinha, who capped off a lively start. Despite several chances, Barca were held at bay for the rest of the first half thanks to a string of saves from Dortmund goalkeeper Gregor Kobel. After the break, Barcelona returned with renewed intensity. Rafinha turned provider, delivering a pinpoint cross that Robert Lewandowski headed home against his former club. Fermin Lopez added a third after his strike bounced in off the post before Lewandowski fired in his second and Lamine Yamal capped off a quick counter-attack with a tidy finish. When speaking to the press after the match, Robert Lewandowski said, "I think we played very well, but we are not thinking about the semi-finals yet. We must keep the same focus and mentality that have brought us here so far." With the win, Barcelona extend their incredible unbeaten streak to 23 games across all competitions, remaining the only team in Europe's top 5 leagues yet to lose in 2025. Meanwhile, in Paris Saint-Germain came from behind to claim a 3-1 victory over Aston Villa. Despite a dominant start, the French side found themselves trailing when Morgan Rogers struck in the 35th minute for the visitors. PSG responded just before halftime with a stunning goal from Desire Du. After the break, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia gave PSG the lead with a brilliant solo effort, and Nuno Mendes sealed the result in stoppage time. Unai Emery, speaking to the press, said, "It was more or less the expectation I had before the match. We will play at home next week and it will still be a huge challenge for us, but we will feel strong at home with our supporters at Villa Park." PSG head into the second leg at Villa Park with a valuable advantage. We'll continue to bring you updates from the Champions League as the knockout stages unfold. In motorsport, the FIA is facing mounting scrutiny following a series of high-profile resignations and internal controversies. Robert Reid, the FIA's deputy president for sport, has resigned, citing a breakdown in governance standards and decision-making without due process. Robert Reid said in an interview, "When I took on this role, it was to serve the FIA's members, not to serve power. Over time, I have witnessed a steady erosion of the principles we promised to uphold." Reid's departure follows that of former FIA CEO Natalie Robin, who has now spoken publicly for the first time since stepping down in May 2024. She said, in quote, "During my tenure as CEO, I worked under challenging circumstances to strengthen the Federation's governance framework and upgrade its operational transparency. The resignation of the Deputy President of Sport clearly indicates there are serious ongoing structural challenges." The controversies center on FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem, whose tenure has seen changes to the organization's statutes and questions over financial transparency. Motorsport UK chairman David Richards has called it a shift of moral compass and is urgent change. The FIA is also facing a legal challenge from Susie Wolff, director of the F1 Academy, following allegations of interference and a conflict of interest inquiry involving her and her husband, Mercedes F1 boss Toto Wolff. We've reached out to the FIA for comment and will continue monitoring this developing story. Now in tennis, Novak Djokovic's pursuit of a 100th ATP singles title continues after a surprise defeat at the Monte Carlo Masters. The world number 1 was stunned by Alejandro Tabilo, losing 6-3, 6-4. This marks the second time Tabilo has defeated Djokovic on clay, having previously done so at the Italian Open. Novak Djokovic said after the match, "I expected myself at least to have put in a decent performance. Not like this, it was horrible. I did not have high expectations, but this bad I didn't expect." Elsewhere, Carlos Alcaraz staged a comeback to defeat Francisco Cerundolo, while Kaspar Ruud and Andrei Rublev also advanced to the third round. Carlos Alcaraz, also speaking after the news to the press, after the match to the press, says, "I didn't start well, but after the first set, I knew I had to do something else, play more aggressively, play my own tennis." Djokovic's wait continues, but we'll be tracking his journey as the clay court season unfolds. In athletics, in our own local news, Lagos is playing host to the MTN Champs Continental Relays, Nigeria's premier track and field competition, now underway at Yaba Tech Sports Complex and Unilag Sports Center. The event features over 2,500 athletes from 155 secondary schools across cadet, youth, junior, and senior categories, including participants from Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, and Ivory Coast. One of the key highlights is the newly World Athletics sanctioned mixed 4x100 meter relay. MTN CMO Onyinye Nkena Emeka, speaking to the press, said, "MTN Champs is a platform that continues to grow, inspire, and transform the future of athletics in Nigeria. We are committed to supporting the dreams and aspirations of Nigerians." While the MOC country manager Deji Ogeyimbo also said to the press, "At Making of Champions, we've made it a mandate to revive track and field in Nigeria. We have the talent, now we must ensure that talent earns medals on the global stage." The Director General of Lagos State Sports Commission, Lekan Fatodu, said, "Lagos offers an unmatched opportunity for talent discovery. We're excited to see the next generation shine." The 4-day event continues and will bring you more from MTN Champs as the competition progresses. Finally, Nigeria has officially launched its bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. National Sports Commission Chairman Shehu Diko has pledged full support, calling it a confident step in the country's sporting evolution. Shehu Diko, speaking to the press, says, "We are on the same page with the Nigeria Olympic Committee. Our goal is to use sports as a driver of economic development, a tool for national cohesion, and a medium for promoting Nigeria's cultural identity." Nigeria last hosted a major multi-sport event in 2003 with the African Games held in Abuja. This new bid aims to elevate the nation's global profile and invigorate its sport culture. Tony Nezianya, the Olympic Committee, said this bid presents a unique opportunity to showcase Nigeria's development, enhance its global standing, and strengthen its sport identity. The next Commonwealth Games will take place in Glasgow in 2026, while Dakar, Senegal, will host Africa's first Youth Olympic Games later that year. We'll continue to follow Nigeria's bid and bring you further development. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Talking Sport on Hillcrest TV. I'm your host, Michael George. Bye for now.